So in this video, we are going to discuss the 5 most important topics of today's, the things that have been in news. So on 29th of December, 2021, which is today, we will see the 5 most important news that are relevant for your exam point of view. If you find these videos to be valuable, please give this channel a thumbs up, notify, and also comment if you have any suggestions for us. So let us see what all important has happened today. First, the NITI Aayog, which is the government think tank, has released the 4th state health index. So we will see which states have topped it, which states have been the worst performers, all that in this state health index. Next, we'll see the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, has declared Alia Bhatt, the Bollywood actor, as India's 2021 Person of the Year for animal preservation and for animal rights. Thirdly, Uttar Pradesh has won 11th Hockey India Junior National Championship. Next, Japan has launched NMAT 6 F1 communication satellite. So we'll see some specifics of this satellite. And finally, the central government has constituted a high-level committee to examine the lifting of Armed Forces Special Powers Act from Nagaland. So recently, there was an incident in which some civilians were allegedly killed by the armed forces. And since then, there have been voices demanding the removal of AFSPA. We'll see what that controversy is. Starting with the first one, the NITI Aayog has released its 4th State Health Index, and it is being launched. It is being released every year since 2017. This is the 4th version of the report. It is developed by NITI Aayog in association with World Bank and Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, central government. So all these three combined develop the State Health Index based on various data sets. This time the title of the report is Healthy States, Progressive India. And it ranks all the states and UTs of India on the basis of their performance in various health parameters. For this purpose, it divides all the states into 3: larger states, smaller states, and union territories. So among the largest states, the top performing states are Uttar Pradesh, Assam, and Telangana. These are the 3 top performing states. As far as smaller states are concerned, Mizoram and Meghalaya are the top performers. And among the UTs, Delhi is the top performer, followed by Jammu and Kashmir, which is now a UT. In the overall ranking, the Kerala and Tamil Nadu has emerged as the winners. Right? So State Health Index uses various parameters like the availability of doctors, then availability of infrastructure. So State Health Index has assumed significant importance in view of the COVID-19 situation. So that means the states that are scoring well on the State Health Index are better prepared at taking on any challenge, such as the next wave of COVID-19, which is being talked about nowadays, than the states which are on the lower ranks. That is why this ranking becomes increasingly important. And also, NITI Aayog is a government think tank which was established by the government in 2014, and it replaced the Planning Commission as the main think tank of the government. And here, NITI is an acronym which means National Institution for Transforming India. National Institution for Transforming India, and in Hindi it means policy. So NITI in Hindi means policy. That means it's a policy making think tank of the government of India. Next, Bollywood actor Alia Bhatt has been chosen as India's 2021 Person of the Year by PETA, which is People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA. So it's an animal rights organization. And why has she been chosen as the PETA Person of the Year? Because she has invested in various ventures that are aimed at reducing animal slaughter. For example, this year she invested in Fool, which is a company behind F Leather. So F Leather is a vegan leather because leather is derived from animals. So F Leather is a leather-like product which is derived from vegan. It is made from discarded temple flowers. So by processing those flowers, leather is obtained. That means she wants to save animal lives. That is the idea here. Also, she has a kids wear line called Ada Mama, which also won 2021 PETA India Fashion Award for helping to nurture kids' love for animals and nature. So she says herself that I am an animal lover and save animals, things like that. She's also a votary of animal protection laws, and she's a total vegan, of course. So this is something you need to know. Alia Bhatt, PETA India's 2021 Person of the Year. Next, in sports news, Uttar Pradesh has emerged as the winner of 11th Hockey India Junior National Championship, and it defeated Chandigarh team in the finals. So Chandigarh won the silver medal and Uttar Pradesh won the gold medal. And this final was held at Kovilpatti in Tamil Nadu. The top scorer of the tournament was Shardanand Tiwari. And the third place was bagged by Odisha by defeating Haryana. So the first place winner is Uttar Pradesh. Second is Chandigarh, and third is Odisha. Next, Japan has launched its Inmarsat 6 F1 communication satellite, which is in collaboration with Inmarsat and Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. So it's a communication satellite, and it has been launched from Japan's Tanegashima Space Center and will enter geostationary orbit. So it's a GSLV, and it will be orbiting around 36,000 kilometers away from the Earth. It is developed by a London-based company. So Inmarsat is a London-based company, and it provides next-generation satellite broadband services. So this is going to be the future of internet, where the waves will be transmitted from the satellites. Right. So it is the first of the two spacecraft. So next again will be launched, and the idea is to develop a next-generation satellite broadband service. Next, a committee to examine the lifting of Nagaland's Armed Forces Special Powers Act has been constituted by the government. So 2 weeks back, there was an unfortunate incident in the Mon district of Nagaland, where a few civilians were killed by the security forces on the presumption that they were militants near the Myanmar border. So that led to a lot of backlash and a lot of protests, in which many military vehicles were also burnt. So thereafter, the central government was under increasing pressure to constitute a committee to examine whether Nagaland needs Armed Forces Special Powers Act or not. So what is this act basically? It was passed in 1958, and it was meant to give more and more powers to military and paramilitary forces in civilian areas wherever there is threat of militancy or insurgency. So AFSPA is right now applicable in various states, for example, in Jammu and Kashmir, in Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, right, in some parts of Assam also. So these are considered as disturbed areas, and armed forces have some extra powers in these areas. For example, they can arrest without warrant. They can fire upon someone on the basis of suspicion. They can conduct searches without warrants, and they can destroy any house or structure if they're suspicious that arms or terrorists are hiding within that building. So these are certain extraordinary powers that are being given under the AFSPA. That's why it has been responsible for a lot of human rights violations in the past so many years. So government was under increasing pressure, and now they have constituted this committee that will examine whether Nagaland has such type of situations where this type of an act is required or not. And this committee will be headed by Vivek Joshi, who is the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India. It's going to be a 5-member committee. So this Vivek Joshi name is important. Vivek Joshi committee it is. It will also have Mr. Piyush Goyal, who is Additional Secretary in the Union Home Ministry, as its member secretary. The other 3 members, one is the Chief Secretary of Nagaland, second is the DGP of Police of Nagaland, and third is the DGP of Assam Rifles, which is the paramilitary force deployed in that area. So these 5 people will examine whether Nagaland needs to extend AFSPA or not, right? So this is significant news. And if AFSPA is repealed from here, then other states will also start demanding the same. States like Manipur, Mizoram, Assam, the areas which are considered or deemed to be disturbed under this particular act. Right? So it remains to be seen what the committee recommends and whether the recommendation of the committee is accepted or not. So this was the summary of the day, the 5 most important news that you should have been aware about. If you think the last few minutes of your day have been valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they can also benefit from the same. Also, if you want to visit our website for more such interesting content, the link is given in the description below. Or you can also visit gk.hitbullseye.com, where more such content is available and some of it is even free of cost. So do register yourself and visit the website. That is it for today. My name is Manish Mittal and speaking on behalf of HitBullsEye. Thank you so much and take care.